Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, just before we begin, just I wanted to ask, sir, what is the level of trigonometry that will be means asked in this question program? Because I'm slightly weak in that subject.
So yeah, so everything whatever will be asked will be taught. Okay. Anything.
Okay.
So in the exam, if you are getting anything, that must be taught in the
Okay.
lectures. Otherwise, they won't ask you.
Okay.
Even though there is a smaller question that is not been taught, there will be some hint and that will be
Okay.
mentioned in the question paper. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So we'll just. Uh, are you not able to hear me or what? You are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
voice
Yes.
is clear.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So,
Sir, you are audible.
yeah. Okay. So you are able to see my screen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how many of you have read this Cartesian system earlier? Have you studied this? The straight lines and all
Sir,
this.
not much in detail, but basics. Yes.
Okay. So basically, this week is pretty simple. It's not much. There's not much anything to like that will make you like the paper and everything will be from this week. The questions will be pretty simple.
Okay.
As this week itself is very simple. So mostly you'll be just going through some basic formula and then you'll be using those formula and calculate. So those are all from, I guess, if somebody has done in class 10th or class 11th, I guess. So all the concepts, the same concepts are there. Just brief you everything from this week. Okay. The first concept that you are going through here is the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, so this is pretty simple. So basically, we read it out what rectangular. Okay, in this we read about what Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, what does a can you tell me about the Cartesian system? What is that? If you have a okay, so first tell me if somebody know about this Cartesian system, what is that? If I'm giving some point, what will do? Like, can we get an idea? How many coordinates are there if you have a 2D
Sir, it has
image?
X and Y coordinates.
Correct. So X and Y
Axis and
coordinates.
ordinate.
How many quadrants are there in a Cartesian system if you have a two plane?
Four coordinates.
Four.
Correct. So basically you have four coordinates, right? If you will think like this,
Yeah.
this will be your first quadrant and then this will be your second. This is your third quadrant and this is your fourth quadrant. And if you have a 3D image or 3D Cartesian system, how many this quadrant will be there?
6.
How come 6 will be there?
3D y-axis, x-axis, and also z-axis.
Then how many quadrant will be there? 6 or 8?
Sir, 8.
8.
Yeah, correct. Will be 8. Okay, but that I guess you don't have to read. So basically in the 2D coordinate system, you basically have a 4 quadrant. Okay. So in this quadrant, you'll this is x-axis, right? And this is your y-axis. Okay, so whatever you're putting here, so let's for example, if you are taking 3, 4. So in which quadrant this 3, 4 will lie?
First.
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 Yeah,
First quadrant.
yeah. So it will lie here because so both are positive, right? So x are positive and y are positive. So here it
Yes,
will be
sir.
positive, positive. So all the values that will be in the form of positive, positive, x positive and y positive will lie in the first quadrant. So this is first quadrant. Okay. Can you tell me? So here it will be what? Here it will be if you have some
Minus
values like
plus.
-3 plus
Minus.
1.
Yes, sir.
Negative, positive.
Correct. So here the x coordinate will be negative
And positive.
and y will be what? Positive. Correct?
Positive.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, can you tell me for the third quadrant? What will be the x?
Negative, negative.
Both are
Yeah,
negative.
so both will be
Negative,
negative.
negative.
Here also negative and this will be also negative. And here it will
Positive,
be x
negative.
will be positive and
Y
y will be
negative.
Y
negative.
will be negative.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And there is a name for this x-axis. What do you call that?
First quadrant.
Abscissors.
Abscissa is basically
Abscissa.
called.
Abscissa.
And for the y quadrant, what's the name?
Coordinate.
Coordinate.
Yeah, ordinate you call that. Correct? So in a
Yes, sir.
Cartesian system that is plotted in a 2D, basically you have 4 quadrant and you can mention, see this, and you basically call this x as abscissa and y as a quadrant. Just the name, so don't get confused. If you are saying that the value of abscissa is something 5 and ordinate is 3, so it will lie in the, just telling you about the x-axis value and y-axis value. If you have any issue, you can ask me from this topic.
No
There's
problem,
nothing,
sir.
right?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah,
What is the coordinate of origin?
you can just call it origin. There's no like, it's lying here, right?
It's 0 or 0, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 0, 0. Just
But
origin.
in my computer screen, in activity 2.1, I can see. I selected origin coordinate 0 and 0, but it is wrong. It is showing wrong. Can you
In
explain
that
why?
question, you can choose incorrect option. That was the correct option.
Yeah, so it will be something else, I guess you would have read something.
Mind mistake. Sorry, mind mistake.
Okay.
Okay, you
So,
can.
so when you were explaining about the like how many quadrants are there in 3D, I got disconnected. Can you repeat it again, please, sir?
Yeah, so basically you have 8 quadrant in the 3D. So you can see that because you have z-axis also, right? So you'll be having 4 up and 4 down.
Okay, sir, got it.
So it will be 8 overall. But you don't have to read that, so don't worry about that. So I just asked if somebody knows, okay? If
Yes,
somebody
sir.
doesn't know also, that is also fine. Okay? Because you don't have to read it here. We'll be reading it in the maths 2 and all, upcoming courses, but here you don't have. Okay, so this is clear. So if I'm just asking you 3 questions, so abscissa is basically +5 and the ordinate is -5. So where it will lie? In which quadrant?
Fourth,
Fourth
fourth,
quadrant.
Fourth.
Quadrant. Fourth. Okay, so I guess this is clear. So we'll just move to the second part. So this is clear, right? So the Cartesian system is clear, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So now you have to calculate if you have now we already know that in which quadrant the data points will lie. Now you have, if I'll give you 2 data points, you have to calculate the distance between, because both of them will be lying in somewhere in our 4th quadrant. Out of the 4 quadrant, whenever we are giving some data points, it lie in this 4 only or origin. Okay, so now you have to calculate the distance, and distance is pretty simple to calculate. Distance between 2 data points or 2 points, whatever you want to call that. Okay, and if I have let's for example, this was our coordinate system and this is x1 y1, and this is x2, y2. So this is the first quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. If you have to calculate the distance between these two, how will you calculate? Do you know the formula? How do you calculate the distance?
x2 minus x1 का whole square plus y2 minus 1 whole square.
Correct. x1, x2 का whole square plus y2 minus y1 का whole square. So this is the distance. So if I am giving you some data points, like for example, x1, y1 is 0, 0, and x2, y2 is 3, 4. What should be the distance between these two?
5.
5.
Correct. The distance will be Pythagoras
Five.
theorem, basically
X
3
square
ka whole
plus
square plus 4 ka
3
whole
square
square.
plus 4 square.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just solve this problem. If you have questions like this, so the first data point is minus 3 comma y, and the second data point is 1 comma 4, and the distance between these two is 5 units. Now tell me the value of y. Now y is what?
Five.
1, sir. 1, sir.
So you'll be getting two values for sure, because
sir.
you are doing the square root and then
Positive,
so you'll
negative
be
one.
getting two values. For y itself, you'll be getting two values.
The 1 and 5. 1
One
and
is
7.
correct, but the other one is incorrect. So 5 is
7,
incorrect.
sir. 5 not 7.
7.
7.
1 and 7, sir.
Yeah, 7 is
1 and
correct.
7.
Correct. 7 is correct. So basically, you don't have to do anything, right? So you just have to do this. 5. What should I write? 1 minus 3 ka square plus 4 minus y ka square.
Yes.
If you are doing the square on both of the sides, what will you
16.
do? Like minus 3, now 16, right? 16 plus y square minus 8y
8.
is equals to 25. Correct? Now if you're solving y square minus 8y, and if it's getting so plus how much?
7.
7 equals to 0. And if you're solving this, y square minus y minus 7y plus 7 equals to 0. So if you're getting y minus 1, and then minus 7, y minus 1 equals to 0. So you're getting y minus 1 and y minus 7 equals to 0. So the possible value of y is what? 1 and 7. Even if you are putting y equals to 1 or 7, in both the cases you'll be getting the value. So you can see that we can get the value as what? Minus 3 comma 1 or minus 3 comma 7, and 1 comma 4 is. So if you will calculate the distance between these two or this two, you'll be getting the 5 units only. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So this was it. And then we have to read about the section formula. So what is basically the section formula?
X2 plus X1.
When a given point divides the line segment in the ratio m/2.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Coordinates of the point that intersect a line segment in the given ratio m is squared.
The section formula can be applied internally and externally both, right?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
go ahead. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir ji.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
I am not able to understand that.
Yeah,
If
what
the question has the same answer and the answer, what will do?
I
Sir,
can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. Like there's a lot of noise from you. Maybe the connection is not proper. The internet connection is not
sir, chat में बोल दे.
Yeah.
Is this from my side or his side? Like, can somebody?
No, sir, it's common.
So somebody is
No,
starting
sir, this is
using
for
this.
everyone.
It is from her side.
Down, son. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So you
sir,
can
there
just.
is no
Sir,
problem.
can you go back to
I
the
can't hear.
previous?
You can type it in the chat box. I'll read it.
Can you please go to the previous screen once?
Yeah, previous slide. Okay.
Previous slide. That is which you saw. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So section formula is basically if you have a line segment and here it is like something x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, and if a point and you have to calculate this point, okay, some point xy, and you already know that this line segment has been divided in some ratio m is to n, then you have to calculate the coordinate of this xy. Okay, this is how you use the section formula, and this can be internally and externally also. Maybe there is a straight line. Okay, this is x, some a b, and then you have to calculate the coordinate for the external data points. Okay, some c, and you already know that this has been divided into m into n. So you have this x1 y1 and this x2 y2 you have already, and then you have to calculate the other coordinate xy. Okay, so this can work for here also, this can work here also. Okay, but in this case you have to just modify your formula a bit. Okay, but we are reading for this one, this case. Okay, so what generally you do if you have data points x1 y1 and x2 y2, and you already know the ratio in which this data point is dividing this line segment into, so m is to n, here it is given. Now you have to calculate the data point for xy. So can somebody tell me about the data, like how will you calculate this? What can be the data point for x?
mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n.
You just have to multiply m into the coordinate of the other one. So
MX2
plus
plus
n multiply with
NX1.
coordinate of this one. Okay, nx1, and then divide it
Divided by
with
M1 plus M2.
n. Similarly, you can do the same thing with the n, y also. So m multiply with, so m I am multiplying with this one,
Y2.
M
m into
y2
y2
y1 upon m
plus
plus
n
n.
into n you are
NX1.
multiplying this one.
Y1.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, in externally AC is M.
N plus M. Yes.
AC.
AC is M. In externally.
Okay, sorry, yeah, correct. So this will be your m.
Externally, sir.
Yeah, and this is n. Correct. Okay, so here also you'll be using the same thing, only you have to just subtract it. For x, what will be the value? mx?
m x2 minus nx1 upon m minus n.
Yeah, and similarly for y also mx my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. Correct?
Yes, sir.
This is how you use the section formula. So I'm just giving you one question. Question number 1. So if you have a 2 data points, that is 2, 5, and you have some 8, 8. And this is divided into 1:2 internally. Internally 1:2. This is some point 1:2. So what's the coordinate of this? X, y. What is x here and what is y here? This is like some 1:2.
Sir, X is 4 and Y is 18 by 3. If I'm not wrong.
X is 4. So this is like basically 1 into 8 plus
8, 4, 6. 4, 6.
2 into 2 upon 3. So this is basically 4. And the Y is what? 1 is to 8 plus 2 into 5.
2 into 5, 3.
You'll be getting 6.
Yes, sir.
Here is m minus n, not m plus n.
Yeah, this is m plus n. Because we are dividing it internally, right? If we are dividing it externally, then only you'll be doing m minus n.
There is one example of external also.
Sir, what is the difference between externally and internally?
I told you, no, in external, see, in internally, this was your data. So you have already a line segment, okay, A and B. And then you have the coordinate of A and you already have the coordinate of B. Now you have to calculate the coordinate of C somewhere between the line. Okay, and you already are aware of in which ratio this C is dividing this straight line. Okay, so you already know about the AC is to CB. Okay, some M is to N. But in the externally, you have a line segment like this. Okay, this is some A, B. And now you have to calculate the data point of C. So you already know about this x1, y1, and you already know about the x2, y2. Now you have the ratio of this. M is to this N. Okay, so you basically have already the AC is to BC, already know the ratio. And then you have to calculate the coordinate of C. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And if you have to calculate the midpoint, how will you calculate the midpoint if you have a data points?
X1 plus X2 by 2, Y1 plus Y2 by 2.
X1 plus Y1 upon 2.
X1 plus X2.
So what's the ratio if you have a midpoint? What's the ratio between this?
1:1.
1:1.
Yeah, this will be 1:1.
Yes.
So what should be the value if you have to
X1 plus
calculate x
Y1.
comma y?
Plus
What will be x?
1 into X2.
Yeah, basically x1 plus x2
x1
upon
plus
2,
x2
right?
upon
X1
2.
plus X2 upon 2.
And y
y1
will
plus
be
y2
y1
upon 2.
plus y2 upon 2. Correct? So basically if you have to calculate, for example, if you have x1, x2 equals to some data points 4 comma minus 2 and x2 y2 equals to 0 comma 2. So what will be the midpoint of this x comma y?
2 is to 0.
X will be 2
comma
and
0.
0.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is clear, right? Section formula is clear?
Yes.
Clear, sir.
My voice is low.
So now you have to read about the
Can any external point be at any angular distance as well, or it should be on a straight line only?
that straight line only.
Okay. Thank you.
So now next point is area of a triangle.
The slope of a line.
What? Yeah. So if you have a 3 data points,
Excuse me, sir, what are you telling about?
area of a triangle.
Which question, sir?
What?
Which question?
No, not question.
Not
number.
question, concept.
Yeah. So area of a triangle, how will you? If you have a 3 data points when given x1, y1, x2, y2, and then you have been given x3, y3. How do you calculate the area? See, there is like two, and most of the questions will be getting that. So one thing you should be checking is whether this straight line, all the 3 points are lying on a straight line or not. If that is lying on a straight line, let's for example, if all the 3 points is lying on the straight line, what should be the value of area?
0.
0.
Because if you have
Ultimately, it will be going to 0.
so and basically you call that as a collinear point, right? It's lying on the
Collinear
same.
point.
And how can you do that if you have been given a 3-day point? How will you check that? How will you
If
check
By
that?
calculating the
if the
area,
slope
if
of
area comes to
equals to BC. If 3 collinear points and AB is equals to BC.
It's also
so we can check with
if
multiple methods.
AB plus
No,
B
so
equal
better
to
is to check the slope of 2 data points. So,
yeah, if these line
Yes,
are
sir. Slope.
collinear, then the
equal
slope
to
must
then
be
the
equal.
correct. So if we are taking two data points, like 2 points, this first, and calculate the slope 1, and if you are calculating slope 2, and if
and
S1 is equals to S2, then you can say that it's a collinear point, right? Lying on the same straight line. Okay, and then you can say that the area of that triangle is 0. When it's not forming a triangle itself, right? But it's lying on a straight line. So how can they form a triangle? Correct?
Yes.
So can you repeat it once?
Yeah, so I'm just telling you, if you have to check whether the 3 points are lying on a straight line or not, you can check the slope. You can check the pairwise. You can check that. You can take the points and calculate the slope. So you have calculated first. So first you took these 2 points and calculated the slope. Correct. So let's, for example, if this is a collinear point. So if this is collinear point, this will lie something like this: x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3. Correct.
Yes.
And if you are calculating the slope for this S1 and slope taking the pairwise data point or point, so this will be slope 2, correct? So the slope 1 will be equal to slope 2 because it's lying on the collinear data point, the collinear straight line, collinear point. It's a collinear point lying on a same straight line. So the slope will always be equal for both the cases, correct? Because lying on a same straight line, the slope will be same.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, how to calculate slope?
Yes.
Y2 minus y1.
Yeah, slope I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, first we'll just go through the area. So this area of triangles, there is no
Excuse me,
concept.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, why we check here the slope of like why we are checking for the slope?
Yeah,
I'm just
because
asking.
you can be given 3 data points, those are collinear point, and then you will be asked to calculate the area. Even though you will use
So
the
we can
formula.
find. So even if the 3 data points are given, then we can find the area also. If the area is 0, then automatically the
Correct,
3 data points are
correct.
going
But
to
the
be collinear.
problem is you can calculate the slope in a minute or maybe half a minute. But area of triangle, the formula
Yes,
itself is like a bit lengthy. So you can calculate that also, like via that also. I'm not stopping you, but you can do it like.
Okay, sir. I got it, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Because most of the exam, they'll be giving you the collinear data points. And then if you are calculating the area and then calculating to 0, it will take some 2-3 minutes to solve, right? So it's better. You can do it. What's the
Here
formula for
it is
this?
a modulus sign, not.
Yeah, you can write it modulus also. Yeah, because area will always be positive. Okay.
But this is true. The area will be always true. So we don't have to write a model.
X2, Y3 minus Y1.
Yeah, so this formula you can remember it or however you want to remember it.
Y1 minus Y2.
Okay, and this is some, you can put it in the mod form because it's always be positive. So area can't be negative. This formula you can read, there is nothing important. Like, yeah, you can, yeah, even though if the straight line 3 data points have been given in the same straight line, you can calculate using this also. If the area of triangle is 0, you can say that is a collinear. Okay. Point. Or lying on the same straight line. Okay. So
But
let's,
it
for
takes
example,
too
you have
much
a data
time
point
to
0, 10.
calculate.
You have minus 20, 30. So minus 20, minus 30. And then you have 10, 30. Can you calculate the area for this triangle?
There one question, that is a determinant, right? That area of a triangle. Can we use I have forgotten the basics. Like, can we use the determinant operations for simplification for that area of a triangle?
Yeah, that also you can do.
Like
But
once determinant is found, then we can simplify the determinant columns also, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That also will work. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, this is minus 20 and minus 30.
Correct. Yeah, minus 20, minus 30.
So 0, sir. Area is 0.
Yeah, area will be 0 because it's lying on the same
Yes,
straight
sir.
line, correct?
Yes, sir, it's 0.
area.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can calculate the slope also. S1, S2. Or however you want to do, the area will be 0.
Sir, how to find slope?
Yeah, okay. So the next thing we are discussing about the slope one.
y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1.
The straight lines we are discussing now. And the straight line, the first concept that we are reading is slope. How to calculate the slope. Slope of a straight line. So basically slope you denote it with m, right? And this is what? dy by? So it's like
dy by dx.
Okay. So basically del y by del x. You write it like this also, dy by dx. Okay, so I'll tell you how to calculate that. So basically it's change in y upon change in x. How will you calculate change in y if you have a data points x1, y1 and x2, y2? So what is the
y2
change
minus
in y?
Minus y1.
Basically the change in y is what? If I am going from x1, y1 to x2, y2. y1 to y2 I am going, right? So change in y is what? y2 minus y1, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what is change in x?
x2 minus x1.
x2 minus x1. This is the slope, right? This is how you calculate the slope. Okay. So if you have a straight line, something like this. This is a straight line.
Excuse me, sir. Slope of a straight line denoted by the m.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Opposite of this.
Hello.
Sir,
Okay.
noise is coming. It's
Yes.
disturbing.
That's what I'm also asking you. Please request everyone to mute everyone because we are
Yeah.
not
So
able to
please,
hear.
everyone, mute yourself. Otherwise, like it will just
Unless
disturb
it is
you.
not
And
necessary, please don't speak.
Harshvardhan, please mute your mic.
is this fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you have a straight line, and I told you this is x1, x2, right? This is x1, sorry, y1. And this is x2, y2. So you calculate the slope. Basically, what does the slope tells you? The angle that it makes with the x-axis, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this
Yes,
is your,
sir.
And
this is
theta,
your
sir.
theta, correct?
Tan theta.
Yeah, so this is theta. So basically your slope will be what? The tan value of that theta.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is that? That is dy by dx. Del y by del x. Correct? Okay.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me what is the formula for tan? You would have read about this. Okay. Most of you would not have read about that. What is that basically, right?
Upon base.
Perpendicular one base.
P by V.
Base, right? So here also we are doing the same thing, correct? Okay, leave it
Yes,
this much
yes.
because most of you would not have known about the trigonometry. Maybe in the upcoming session you'll be knowing about that. So delete that. Okay, so basically we do something. Okay, in the so tan theta is pretty simple. So it's like just the slope is basically the angle that it makes with positive x. So this positive word is very important. Okay, you can't make it with the negative x, right? So negative x, this will be the angle, right? This we are not taking. The slope is basically a straight line. What is making with this positive straight? Yeah, go ahead.
Anti-clockwise.
Yeah, it's like
Positive
anti-clockwise.
x-axis with anti-clockwise direction.
Anti-clockwise from the x-axis.
Positive x-axis.
Positive x-axis.
Anti-clockwise from positive x-axis.
Okay, so now you are aware of how to calculate. Basically, this is del by dy by dx. If you have been given the straight line, also if you for any sorry, excuse me. So for any plot, if you are doing this dy by dx, you can calculate the slope at any particular point. For a straight line, you basically do it by just change in y upon change in x. For all the plots, you do the same thing, change in y upon change in x only. Basically, that is dy by dx. And this is what you write it del y by del x. And then you can do it like y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay. Here the x tends to 0. So, okay. So this is all are not important, but this is important for you. So the same thing you have to show. If you have a state something like this, you basically this is change in. So this, if you are plot, if you'll plot this, you'll see this. This will be your del x will be x2 minus x1, and this will be del y will be y2 minus y1, and then tan theta becomes perpendicular upon base, and that will be same as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x. Yeah.
Yes, sir,
So
got
somebody was asking something.
So can I ask you?
Is this clear now? Can you move?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Sir, I have a doubt from week 1, sir.
Okay, so we'll take this after this. After I'll finish everything for week 2, then only I'll take the doubt. Okay. Otherwise,
Yes.
you'll get messed up. Okay. So let's. Okay, if you have a data points like 0, 0, and minus 3, 5. What is the slope?
Minus 3 by 5.
Minus 3.
5 by 3.
5 by 3.
5 by 3.
It will be
5 by
minus
3.
5 by 3.
Minus
So how do you calculate that? 5 minus 0 upon
Sorry.
minus 3 minus 0, right? It will be minus 5 by 3. Okay. So we have del y upon del x, not del x upon del y. This is del y upon del x. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me one thing. If you have two straight line, one is this one. This will be having some slope. Let's, for example, this is m. And if you have a parallel straight line, what will be the slope of this straight line?
Same.
Same.
Same, right? Because if this straight line is making some 45 degree with the x-axis, positive x-axis, this will also make the same angle, right? And slope is what the angle that it makes with the positive x-axis. So if you have a slope as m, so here also the slope will be what? M. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you have to check the whether the data point are parallel or not, what will you do? You just calculate the slope, right? Slope of
becomes equal
L1 equals to slope of L2. And if this is happening, you can say that this is a parallel line.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we take any other trigonometric function to calculate slope? Sir, why is it necessary to take tan function only?
Because I told you, right? The slope, whatever you del y by del x we are calculating, right? Del y by del x, how are we getting this? This is x2 minus x1, right? And this is y2 minus y1. And you have to calculate this is what, and what is the formula of the slope? Del y by del x, correct? And this is basically y2 minus y1 upon x2. And you already know that this is also tan theta also. So they can calculate, you can write it like this also, correct?
Area of triangle. Sir, please repeat. Sir,
Yeah.
एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल जो कंसेप्ट आप प्लीज रिपीट कीजिए ना.
Okay. Okay. So area of a triangle is basically simple, right? This is a formula that you use, but most of the time you'll be getting the data points those are collinear that will lie on the same straight line. So I told you to calculate the slope of these 2 points. So just take two data point pairwise. Just take this 2, calculate the slope, and just take these 2 points and calculate the slope. If the S1 is equals to S2, then you can directly write it as the area of triangle as 0, because those are lying on a same straight line. Okay, there is no need to calculate the area. But if those slopes are different, then you have to calculate the area and then calculate. Okay, and this is the formula that you use basically, that you can memorize or remember, or most of the time it will be given, or but okay, so if it's not given also, you should be knowing this one. But in most of the exam, they'll be giving you such a way that the area of triangle is.
Can you please repeat, sir?
Can I repeat? Okay, so I just told you that most of the time you will be getting 3 data points. Those are always collinear, because in the exam they'll not be asked you to calculate this hectic area formula, use hectic area formula, but you should be knowing this area formula also. So to check whether if you have been given 3 data points, just check the slope, take the data points pairwise, calculate the slope, and if those are same, if the slope are same, that means what, they're like parallel. Okay, and if you have a 2 parallel, like it can't be 2 different straight lines, right? Because 1 point is common. So if 1 point is common, that means that is lying on the same straight line. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt actually.
Yeah.
Sir, what is S1 and S2? Is this distance between 2 points?
No, this is slope between 2 points. It's not. So this is basically M1, M2. So if you have a 3 data points, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X3, Y3, you just take 2 data points in pairwise. So you took X1, Y1 and X2, Y2. You calculate the slope. This will be some M1. Then you took X2, Y2 and X3, Y3. You calculate M2. So those are, let's for example, M1 is equals to M2. And if M1 is equals to M2, that means what? Those are parallel lines. But it can't be, it's a parallel line, but you already know that this X2, Y2 is common. Okay. So if this is common, that means lying on the same straight lines. Correct? Or not?
Yes, sir. Good.
Okay. Can we move to the...
Will a vertical line have a
Yes, sir,
slope
please.
of 90 degrees?
What vertical line?
A vertical line will have a slope of 90 degrees.
Yeah, okay. So that also, okay, if you want, I can tell you. Yeah. So if you have a
vertical line slope is undefined, I think.
Cannot be defined.
It will not be defined. So if you have a straight line, X and Y, and if one straight line is like this, parallel to X axis, what will be the slope?
0.
It will be 0, right? Because I told you what, tan 0 is 0. But if you have a straight line, something like this, then this is making, this is parallel to Y axis. That means what is the value that is making 90 degree, right? It's making 90 degree. So tan 90 is undefined.
Undefined.
But still, can't we say it's like 90 degrees slope?
Yeah, you can say that it's a 90 degree.
Its inclination 90, but its slope is undefined.
The exact value that is not defined, but you can say that it's like making 9 parallel to Y axis basically.
Sure. Thank you.
So when 2 lines are parallel, then the slope will always be 0. Like
if 2 lines are parallel, then slopes will not be always 0. So the slope will be same, but will not be 0. But it's parallel to X axis, then the slope will be 0.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Got it, right? Okay.
Let's
move to the next part. Can you move to the next part?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
please
Yes,
go
sir.
up
Yes,
1
sir.
minute? Sir? Can you please go up the screen one minute?
Yeah.
1 second. Stop. Please come down. Yeah. Yeah. Can you please come down?
Down.
Yes, sir. Stop, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let's move to the perpendicular lines. So parallel lines you have already read. Perpendicular lines. So what's the feature if you have a 2 perpendicular line? What will the
minus 1, the slope.
M1 into M2 equal to minus 1.
M2 minus 1.
Yeah, so if you have a perpendicular line, 2 perpendicular line, like something like this, okay, then the slope of this, let's for example, this is M1 and this is M2. So to check whether these 2 straight line are perpendicular or not, you can do it like this: M1 into M2 equals to minus 1.
Almost done.
Okay, and if this is what you are getting, then you can say that both the straight lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you are
Yes,
aware
sir.
of three things that I told you. You can calculate the slope. You can check whether the straight lines are parallel, and then you can check whether the straight lines are perpendicular to each other or not. Okay, so three things you can check, right? Now equation of a straight line, and this is one of the most important portion, and this is what you will be using everywhere. Equation of a straight line.
There is just a weak to summary.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the three corner cases? One is parallel, one is
Calculate with
perpendicular.
so many. Yeah. Go ahead.
What are the three corner cases? One is parallel, one is perpendicular. Third one is?
There's the slope. So first thing we talk about how to calculate the slope of a straight line.
Oh, it's a general
Whether the
formula.
both is, if you have a two straight line, can you say whether those both are parallel to each other or not? And the third one is whether you can say whether the straight lines are perpendicular to each other or not.
Yes, sir, I have a doubt.
So you have been told when the two lines intersect and makes an angle theta, then what is the slope you have done?
Two straight line intersect and
Makes an angle theta. There's a certain formula for it now. Like
yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll read that.
Sir, can we say if the two slope are zero, then the line is parallel?
Can we say what?
Line is parallel.
When?
And the slope is equal.
When the slopes are equal for the two straight lines, you can say that both the lines are parallel.
When it is zero.
When it is
zero.
Whether it's zero also, it's fine. The slope of both the straight line and zero, that means both are parallel and both are parallel to x-axis.
Okay. Oh, sir, what about the collinear? Collinear also has same size.
The collinear also have the same thing. If you are taking, so see, if you have a straight line like this, you are taking two data points, right? This one, and if you are taking this two, the slope will be same, right?
Yeah.
Because both are parallel to each other. Because both have the same slope. Right?
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you repeat for perpendicular line?
For the perpendicular line, I told you, right? M1 multiply with M2 will be -1.
So is this a doubt session?
Okay.
No, it's just a summary session. Doubt. We can take the doubt after this, after we finish it. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So first equation is to calculate the equation of a straight line. What is the general formula for the straight line? Slope
Y
intercept.
mx plus c.
y is equal to mx plus c.
Basically, this is y equals to
Y
mx plus c. Correct? What is m here?
M.
Slope.
So what does this intercept
This
really
is
mean?
basically the slope of line, or you can say gradient of line. Okay, so slope of line. What is c here?
Intercept of y.
Yeah, y
intercept.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So what does intercept really mean here? What is the meaning of intercept?
What both the intercept?
Sir, what is intercept?
I can't hear you. I can't understand what you're saying.
She is asking what is intercept.
Okay.
Intercept, yeah.
Okay. Can somebody tell me what is this C? Y intercept? If you are plotting a straight line, what should be the value? How will you plot this y equals to mx plus?
0,
The line cuts y-axis.
Origin to y-axis.
It is the intercept.
So when a line cuts y-axis at x is equal to 0.
Intercept is the distance between the origin and the point of the y on the y-axis.
Yeah. So basically, if you are putting y equals c, if you will put it x equals to 0, what will be getting y equals to c, right?
C, yeah.
So where is this point? In which quadrant it is? Not quadrant. It will lie on the
on the y-axis line segment.
Y equals to 0, y equals to c, right? This is 0, c. And if you are putting y equals to 0, what will the value of x?
Minus c, sir.
Minus c by m.
Minus c by m. So where it will lie?
X intercept.
Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m. So where it will lie? Minus c by m
x on x-axis.
Here in line, right? Minus c by m comma 0. This straight line is plotting. Okay. What is the y-intercept? This is the y-intercept. Correct? And this is your slope. This is what? M. So for this slope intercept form, you can see that this was your straight line. This was your C, and C was what? Your y-intercept. And how can you calculate the y-intercept? You can just put the value of x equals to 0, and whatever the value of y you are getting, you can say that this is a y-intercept for that straight line. Okay?
So minus c by m is x-intercept now.
The intercept is always positive. It could be negative also.
You can put the value of x equals to 0 to get the y-intercept. So basically, y-intercept is how much this is cutting on the y-axis. Okay, so this was C, right? And this is what C you got, right? This is C distance, correct? From here to here.
But it conclude that x is always a negative.
No. It can go like this also, right? For this straight, and maybe this value of C and M is some. It can be something like this also, right? It depends on the value of C and M, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So here x-intercept is minus c by m now.
Yeah, correct.
And so intercepts can both be positive and negative as well, like y and x-intercept.
Can be anything, yeah. Okay, so this was your slope intercept form. Okay, if you have a straight line, so basically just if the equation of a straight line having slope equals to m and passing through a data point x1, y1, how can you write that straight line? So I told you what I told you. If you have y equals to, this is a slope intercept form. If you have you have to calculate the equation of a straight line having slope
y1
m
is equal to
and passing
y
through
minus
x1,
y1 is
y1.
equal to m into x minus x1
Yeah, you can write it like y1 y minus y1
is
equals
equal
to
to m into x minus x1.
Yeah, correct. This is the equation of a straight line that is having a slope m and passing through x1, y1.
Point slope form.
What is the value of y and x?
This is the equation of line.
You write y and x.
Okay. Yeah. What you are saying something? Somebody is saying something.
Sir, what is the value of y and x?
Those
From
will be
where
the
you write
variable.
this?
Just an equation, y and x in the form of
Y and x we are writing because we have this coordinate, right? This is in the form of x and y. So y and x you are not putting anything because y and x is a variable, right? It will vary with the value of y will vary with the value of x, right? So still in the form of y and x. Yeah, y1 and x1 is some value. Basically, if you have, okay, so I'm just giving you, if you have to plot an equation of a straight line where m is equals to slope is equals to 2 and passing through 1 comma 2. Can you tell me the equation of a straight line having slope m equals to 2 and passing through 1 comma 2?
So y minus 2 equal to 2x minus 1.
Correct. So this is y minus 2
Yes,
equals
sir.
to 2x minus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the one way to calculate. So the first thing is what? If you can be given slope and one data point. And then can be asked to calculate. The second thing can be what? Can be 2 points passing through these 2 points and then tell me the equation of a straight line. How can you do that? So
y
from here
minus y1
Simply demonstrate the value of m.
What
The
y
upper
minus
formula.
y1 equals to m x minus x1. How can you convert this into here, like for 2 points?
Simply
y
change the
minus
value of
y1
m into
the value of
y2
m.
minus y1 upon x2
y2
minus
minus
x1.
Can
y1.
you put the value of m? If you have a 2 data points, you can calculate the value of slope, right? This is del y
y2
by
minus y1.
del x. Yeah, x minus x1. And basically that is what? Y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Correct? And this is x minus x1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so tell me the equation of a straight line that pass through 1, 2 and 5, 7.
Y minus
You can take it anything, y minus any.
y minus 2.
Y minus y1 is equal to x minus x1.
Yeah, you can calculate this and x minus. So if you are taking this as a y1,
It
you
would be
can't
1.
take this as a x1, right? So you have to take this as x1, y. And then you can calculate like something like this. y2 minus y1 upon
5 upon 4.
x2 minus x. This
5
is what
minus
x2 equals to 5
5
upon 4
upon 4.
x minus 1. Correct? What is the y-intercept for this equation?
Two.
2.
How did you calculate that?
Putting the value of x to 0.
If
how
you are
did you
putting the value of
calculate?
x
2.
equals to 0, what will you get? Y equals to minus 5 by 4 or plus 2. This is not 2, right?
Sir,
You are getting
3 by
something like 3 upon 8 or 3 upon 4, something like
3 by
that.
4.
Minus 3 by 4.
3
Not
by 4.
minus 3, but we will be getting 3 by 4.
Yeah, it will be positive.
3 by
Okay.
4, 3 by 4.
What is
correct.
x-intercept?
3 by 4.
3 by 4.
It's minus 3 by 5.
X-intercept will be put the value of phi as 0 and then calculate. Okay?
Yes.
Minus 3 by 5, sir.
Yeah.
Minus 3 by 5.
So you have read the equation of a straight line how many times, like how many terms? So the first one is, so the general form is, what is the general form?
Y equal to mx plus c.
Or ax plus
by
by plus
dy
c.
plus c.
equal to
Okay, tell me the slope of the straight line. If you have been given the straight line like this, what is the slope for this straight line?
Minus a by b.
Minus a
How
by
will you calculate? You just have to write in this form, y equals to mx plus c. If you are able to write it in this form, you can directly say. So how will you write it? By equals to minus ax minus c. And then you can write it like this, y equals to minus a by b x minus c by b. So this is your m, right? M is what? Minus a by b. What is your slope? What is your intercept?
Minus c by b.
Yeah, so this is your intercept. Minus c by b is your y-intercept. Okay?
Sir, once
Yeah.
more, sir. Once more, sir.
Okay. So if you
Yes.
have a equation in this form, general form, okay, and then you have been asked to calculate the slope or intercept, how will you do that? You just convert this straight line in this form. Because in this form, you are already aware that if a straight line is given in this form, you can directly say that m is the slope. So whatever the coefficient of x is the slope and c is the intercept. So what did I do? I just put it by equals to, I just take ax plus c as the other side, the right hand side. And if I'm taking this as the right hand side, so this will be minus minus ax minus c. Now I'll divide because I don't want anything on the coefficient of y because here it is not. Okay, so just I divided this b with all the places. I divided b here also, here also, here also. Now I'm left with y equals to minus a by bx minus c by b. Now I know that the slope of this straight line, if written in this form, is what? The coefficient of x. So what is the coefficient of x? Minus a by b. So that the coefficient of x is minus a by b, the slope of the straight line is minus a by b. Okay, and what is the, this I told you, c is the y-intercept. So whatever the here it is, that will be the intercept. So can you tell me whether c by b is the y-intercept or minus c by b?
Minus c by b.
Minus c by b.
Because you can compare here also. Here it is plus sign, right? So it will be plus minus of c by b. So this is your y-intercept.
Yes.
Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was the first form. So the general form. The second form is what? Slope point form. What is that? Y minus y1 equals to
y1 mx
x minus
x minus
x.
minus x1.
This you are already aware. You can calculate it because here the slope itself is there. The third
Intercept
equation.
Intercept form.
Slope 2.4.
Slope intercept form, where you have slope intercept form, you already know that y equals to mx plus c. Correct? X-intercept form is also there, but that's not required. Okay, so the next part is the intercept form.
X upon A plus Y upon
Yeah, this
Y
is X
upon B is
upon A
equal to
upon Y
1.
upon.
1.
Okay, what is the intercept of X?
A.
A.
Intercept of Y?
B.
B.
Yeah, and you can do it like put the value of X equals to 0, you'll be getting Y equals to B. Put the value of Y equals to 0, you'll get X equals to A. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and 2 points form also, 2-point form. What is that?
Y minus Y1 is
Yeah,
equal
Y
to
minus Y1
del
equals to M, and that
Y
is
upon
del Y by del X, and
Yes,
this
sir.
is X minus X1.
X minus.
This you can calculate. This is Y2 minus Y1 upon X2 minus X1. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you
So
please go
now
up
we have done.
one?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Can you please go
Yeah.
up? one-
Intercept form, please explanation.
Okay, I'll explain it. Is this clear?
Please go up third. Yeah, I'll just thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in the intercept form, what happens? We write it like this. Okay. So here, if you are already aware of the x-intercept and y-intercept, then also you can directly write the equation of a straight line. Okay. And I told you how to calculate the y-intercept and x-intercept. If you have an equation like this, what will you do? If you have to calculate the y-intercept, you just put the value of x equals to 0. If you are putting the x equals to 0, you can see that y upon b equals to 1, and then y equals to b. And this is the intercept of y, right? And if you have to calculate the intercept of x, put the value of y equals to 0. If you put the value of y equals to 0, you can see that this will get cancelled and x upon a equals to 1. So x equals to 1, a. And this is what you have got, x-intercept, right? So if you have the x-intercept and y-intercept, then you can directly write the straight line equation. Got it? Is this clear?
Mute. LBs, I think.
Is this clear now? Can we move?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
So now there is not much to read in this. Now you just have the condition you are already aware. Condition for parallel and perpendicular. What was the condition? Can you tell me? If you have, let's for example, AX.
In parallel, slope will be same.
Yeah, so if it is A1, so tell me the conditions. A1x plus B1y plus C equals to 0. A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals to 0. Now tell me what is the condition such that this both the straight line are parallel to each other.
Minus A1 by B1 is equal to minus A2 by B2.
C2 by B2.
So in the end,
A1
what will
B2
be
is
the
equal to
condition?
A2 B1.
Okay,
B2
tell me
A1
what
upon
is the
A2
slope
divided
for
to
this
B1 upon
equation?
B.
Slope for this
Minus
equation.
A1 by
B1.
B1.
Minus A1 by.
Minus A1 by B1 is equal to minus A2 by B2.
Okay, what is the slope for this straight line?
Minus A2 by B2.
Minus A2 by B2. We will multiply. So both should be same, right? So A1 upon B1 should be equals to what? A2 by B2. This is what? A1 multiply with B2 equals to A2 multiply with B1. This is the condition that it should follow. If you have the straight line in the form of general form. What is the condition for perpendicular line?
Sir, A plus B is equal to 0.
A1 A2 plus
A1
B1
A2
B2 is equals to 0.
Correct.
Yeah, so it will be something like the slope of this minus A1 by B1 multiply with minus A2 by B2 equals to minus 1, right? So you'll be
Yes.
getting something like A1, A2 plus B1, B2 equals to 0. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the next thing is you have to calculate a distance.
Sir,
Yeah.
could you please repeat one more time? I'm getting
Okay.
some.
See, for this straight line, if the first thing what we talk about is the condition such that both the straight line are parallel to each other. So to become the parallel, the slope should be equal. So we have calculated the slope for the first straight line. So this is M1, and this will be you already aware of the straight how to calculate the slope of this straight line, right? You can put it something like this: B1 y equals to what? Minus A1x minus C1, and then you can divide it with B1 here. So if you're dividing with the B1, you'll be getting the slope as minus A1 upon B1. Similarly, you can calculate the slope for this straight line also minus A2 by B2. Okay. And for a parallel line, what should be the condition? The slope should be equal. So we have just equated the slope and then we got this condition. For a perpendicular line, we are already aware that the multiplicity, if you will multiply
Minus
the
one.
slope of both the straight line, it will be equals to
That is
minus 1. This
minus
is what we have done, and this is the condition that we have got for the perpendicular line. This is for the perpendicular line, this is for the parallel line. Is it clear now?
Yeah, got it,
Line,
sir.
sir, A1, A2 plus B1, B2 equal to 0.
Okay. Now we'll move to the next part.
Do we need to convert A1 and B1 in their simplest form before finding the solution?
What A1 and A2?
A1, B1, C1, like if when we divide, we have to convert them into simplest form for like fulfilling the condition.
No, if you are aware of the slope, then you can directly use it. But if you don't know the slope, you should be knowing to know the slope, you can just convert that general form into the slope intercept form and then calculate them. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Now the next thing is what? You have to calculate the distance of a straight line from a given point. So if you have been given a point here, x1, y1, and this is the straight line. So you have to calculate this distance. How will you calculate this? How will you calculate this distance?
Sir, PM is equal to AX1 plus BY1 plus C divided by
AX1
plus B square.
BY1 plus C upon A square plus B square. What you need to do, you just put this XY and YY on this straight line itself. Put the value here and then divide it to the under root of A square plus B square. Is this clear now?
Sir,
Okay,
please
sir.
explain this once again.
Sir,
Can you give example of it?
Sir,
If we have a straight line, something like this, Ax plus By plus C equals to 0. If you have to calculate the perpendicular distance from some data points, x1, y1. So what you will be doing, just put this straight line or put this straight line. Okay, this can be proved also, but the problem you just put this, whatever the value it is, x1, y1 in this straight line. So what if you are putting this value ax1 plus by1 plus c? What will you do? Under root of a square plus b square to calculate the distance. Let's, for example, this x1, y1 was lying on this straight line itself. What was the distance then?
0, sir. 0.
Yeah, 0. Because if this straight line itself is lying on if this data point is lying on the straight line, then the minimum distance is what? 0, right? Between this, because that point is lying itself on the straight line. So the minimum distance will be 0. Perpendicular distance basically the minimum distance that we are calculating, right?
So can you please take an example for this distance formula?
Yeah.
Yes,
If
sir.
you have a straight line 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals to 0. Calculate the 2, 1. Calculate the distance 2, 1, perpendicular distance 2, 1 from this straight line. What will the value? What will the distance?
10 upon root 5.
12
Yeah,
by
you
root
can just
5.
put the value here. That is
12
what?
upon
12 by under
2
root 10.
plus 3 into 1 plus 5 upon under root of 2 square plus 3 square. This will be 12 upon root 13. Correct? Unit.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have one question. If
Yeah.
the below straight line is the form of the 2-point equation, means 2 points they have given. Let's say x1, y1 and x2, y2, and we have to calculate the distance from x3, y3. Then how we can calculate? Means
Okay,
how
just
we can
repeat it.
perform
Repeat it. Equation of a straight line is given in the form of
x1, y1. Let's say we have only 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2.
correct.
And they have given a third point is x3, y3. Then how we can calculate the distance? Because we don't know
Distance between
means
what?
A and B. We don't know the coordinate of A and B, A, B, C. Then
No,
how
no.
we can?
Okay, so this is A, right?
Right.
This is B, correct?
Correct.
And this is C.
C.
What we have to calculate? The distance between what?
That means we have to first we have to get the equation of A and B.
Okay.
As you have
That is simple.
calculated.
Okay, we got the equation.
How we will
No, what we have to
got the
calculate? The distance of this point from the straight line.
Yes, from the straight line.
Okay, then simple, right? What did I told you? Calculate the distance. Okay, how will you calculate the equation of the straight line? What will the slope of this straight line? So this will be what? Y minus y1 equals to
y1
y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1.
minus x1 into y minus x minus x1.
Y minus, sorry, x minus
X
x1.
minus x1.
X minus x1.
Correct? What is
Yes.
the slope of this equation? We already know. Correct?
But we know the slope, but we don't know the A and B and C. That
Point.
Okay, that is fine. You can write it in the form of general form, right? Y. You can just y minus y1. Basically, what you are doing, you are just putting the value this data point on this and then dividing it what? You are dividing with what? You are dividing with the coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square. This is what you are doing, correct?
Correct.
So calculate the coefficient of x and y square here also. So here, if you have x2 minus x1 equals to y2 minus y1 into x minus x1, correct? What is the coefficient of y here? Coefficient of y is this one, right? x2 minus x1.
Okay.
And coefficient of x is what? Like y2 minus y. This is a constant, right? This will be some value, exact value. Because y2 is some value. It can be 5 to something. So this value you are getting some exact value, right? This value is, let's for example, this is P1 and this is P2. You'll be having y multiplied with P2 minus y1 P2. Because this will be also exact value because y1 is exact value and P2 is also exact value. You'll be having x P1 minus x1 P1. This is the exact value. We are not bothering about this two value. We are just bothering about what? P1 and P2. So here you just put the value inside this straight line. Okay, and divide it with what? P1 square plus P2 square.
Okay. Okay.
Correct?
Correct. Got it.
Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, repeat again.
Okay, I'll just repeat it again. So she was asking if the equation of a straight line is in the form of two point form, like it's just given that the straight line. So calculate the straight line that passes through two data points, x1, x2, and x1, y1, and x2, y2. And then you have other data points, that is x3, y3, and then calculate the minimum distance from that data point to the straight line that passes through these two data points. Then what will you do? First calculate the equation of the straight line that passes through the 2 points, okay, A, B. How will you do that? You can calculate, we already know that, how to calculate the equation of a straight line. Okay, and then I told you the formula also. To calculate the minimum distance, to calculate the perpendicular distance of a data points from a straight line. You do that, first you calculate the equation of a straight line. You calculate the straight line equation, and then I told you that the equation is what? Basically, the equation is ax1 plus by1 plus c upon under root of a square plus b square. And this a and b is what? The coefficient of ax and y ka. So you just calculate the coefficient of x and y and then divide it with the divided with what? You just put the, so whatever you have to calculate from whichever data point you have to calculate the distance, just put that data point inside this straight line. First, the numerator part is clear. Now the denominator part is just divided with the coefficient of x square and plus coefficient of y square whole square. And you just have to calculate the coefficient of x and y. And that you can do.
Sir, even given this distance formula, there should be mod.
Yeah, there also will be mod because distance will always be positive.
Yes. Okay.
And if this is coming negative, that means like downside or like it's like always be positive. Don't worry.
Sir,
If you have a
can I
parallel
ask?
lines, how will you calculate the distance with the parallel lines? If you have a parallel line, this one. This is something
C1
like
minus C2.
C2 divided by 4 plus
C1 equals to
C1
0.
minus
And this is
C2.
Ax plus By plus C2 equals to 0. What will the distance between two straight lines?
the C1 minus C2 divided by square root of
C1 minus C2 and then divided with
A square plus
coefficient
B
of again A square plus B square. Okay,
mod,
is the distance. Is this
Mod.
clear now?
So is there mod?
So this is distance between two parallel lines.
Yeah, this is distance between two parallel lines. So, okay, tell me what is the distance between the perpendicular line? It will be 0, right?
0.
Yeah,
Yes,
because it's passing through one. So if you have to calculate the minimum distance, this is basically the minimum distance that you calculate. Okay, so from
Yes,
two
sir.
perpendicular lines like crossing each other, right? If it crosses each other, like the distance will be 0. Right? Somewhere it will be 0 because that line is passing.
Sir, in this
Clear now?
formula,
Is it clear to everyone?
Sir, I didn't understand that perpendicular one.
so in
See,
this
perpendicular,
formula,
what did I say? If you have a straight line, something like this, what is the minimum distance between them? If this is the straight
0.
line 1, this is line 2. This is passing through that, right? So what is the minimum distance? At this
0.
point, the distance will be 0, right? Because it's lying on the same point.
Excuse me, sir.
This is what I told. The distance is what? 0.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, your voice is very low. Can you become a bit louder?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I say that in the upper formula of distance between two parallel line, in which from which equation we can use the a and b value in the denominator, from the equation of 1 and
So
equation
both the
2 of.
equation will be same because you already know that the parallel lines, the slopes are same, right? So if the slopes are same, that a and b will always be same for both the equation.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can
Yeah, go ahead.
excuse me,
What should
sir.
I
Can
say?
I ask activity question?
Yeah, we'll go to the activity question. Now we're left with only one concept, that is sum of squared error. Okay.
Yes.
And that is like the most important portion of this chapter. Okay. If you are not aware of most of the concept and you're just aware of this sum of squared error,
Yes,
so
yes.
you'll be able to solve the problem that will be. So there must be. So this is that like very important portion of your like from this chapter. Always you'll be getting the questions from the sum of squared error. Okay, basically the sum of square is just calculate the error. First calculate the error, then square it, and then sum it. This is what it's saying from the board itself. Calculate the error, square it, sum it. That's it. Okay, and where you will get the error? So basically what happens, maybe you would have done the experiment in some like colleges and schools also. Many a times you have already a law, already defined equations, but whenever you do it practically, you see that the exact value and the exact value and the observed value, that whenever you do the experiment and from the exact law, the value will be a bit differ. It will differ, right?
Yes, sir.
Can it possible that you are just doing a practical stuff for some equation where the law defines that y equals to 2x plus 3. So if you are put the value of x, you should be following this law. But whenever you do the practical, you are just the value, whenever you are putting the value of x, you are just getting a different value of y. So there can be a mismatch in the exact value and the observed value. Okay, that error we are taking, like that we are talking about that error.
Yes, sir.
Okay, or many a times what happens in machine learning, whenever you'll go through and read it in the ML algorithm also, ML algorithm, what happens, like you can build a model, right? Maybe you can build a model, I can build a model, like two people can build a model on the same data set. But it is highly probable that whatever the model you will create and whatever I will create, there can be a difference in the final value, like, correct? For some value, it can, your model can predict something else, for my model can predict something else. Not for most of the cases, but for some cases it will predict something else. And that can be considered as a error. Or you can think of this as there can be a model M1 that most of the companies follows, and this is one of the best model. Okay, whenever you created M2, okay, you can take a reference through this model, right? This M1 model and what you created M2 model. So this will be following some equation, right? Y equals to some 5x plus 6 or something. This is a model that a company built, and this model is one of the best model to predict the rate of some mobile phone, and X is a feature of that mobile phone. So you predict the rate of so this is basically the price of the phone, and this is the feature of a phone. The feature can be a number of times, like for example, if some brand is there, Samsung is there, and the Samsung basically predicts the price of a new, like if Samsung is about to launch a new phone, so there will be some features, like some 1,000 features, 5 features, 10 features will be there in that phone. Okay, based on the features, like the megapixel camera or the screen, the quality, or the RAM, ROM. So all those can be considered as features, and based on those features, that company will decide the rate. Okay, and then you only build a model on the same thing, like the features, and taking the data set of the earlier phones, like Samsung would have launched some 1,000 phones earlier, right? Based on those data sets, you build a model. Okay, and then you build a model M2. M1 was already prepared, and now you are calculating everything on the basis of the features M2. Okay, you predicted now based on the previous data set, you predicted the rate of the new phone. There can be a difference, right? Whatever the company has decided and whatever your model has decided, there can be a difference. That is basically the error. Okay, is it clear to everyone? What is that error?
You explained.
Predicted to actual is same as predicted is like the experiment, and actual is like the law. Is that?
Yeah, actual is like a law, whatever the law tells, or the model that is the exact best model, or the law, whatever the law tells, and the object is whatever you have got. Okay, from the experiment.
Yeah, predicted is the experiment, correct?
There
Correct.
will always be like error between the two values.
Can you do with the example so we can
Yeah, I'll do it with the example.
Do we Excuse me, use sir. it often? Because I
Can we take the
feel
activity questions
MSE
only,
we
sir?
use more often than this. Mean squared error.
The mean square error, we calculate it, we'll read it, mean square error. So there are a lot of things that you will read. This type of this is one of the basic things that you read it here, sum of square error. You'll read about the mean square error also, because mean square error is frequently used, okay, in most of the
Yes,
data
yes, it is
science.
frequently used
What do you call
instead of
that?
the sum squared error.
Yeah. So
Excuse me, sir.
calculate the error. Yeah.
One question, sir. Some square error regarding, sir.
Yeah,
Suppose
I'll
that.
just discuss with the example, and then you can ask it out. Okay? Yeah, so whoever has told the mean square, mean square error, you don't have to read it here, but in the upcoming courses,
Not
you'll be
sir,
reading
mean
about
square.
so many. Yeah.
SSC
What?
sir. SSC regarding questions. Sir.
Yeah, okay. I'll just discuss a example and then you can ask. Okay, SSC one.
Okay.
Okay. Let's for example, you have been given a line that fits with it. So you have been given a law, and that law defines you that x is following this 2x plus 2. Okay. But the observed value that you have got is something like this. X is 1, 2, 4, 9. We have got something 5, 6, 9, 18. This is what you have got. The law, and according to this equation, the best fit model, what is the value you are getting? So this is according to the best fit model. So if you'll put the value of x here, you'll be getting what? You'll be getting 4, right? You just tell me that if I'm doing any error. Yeah. If you'll put 2 here, you'll be getting some 6, right? If you're putting 4 here, you'll be getting 10. And if you're putting 9 here, you'll be getting some 20. Okay. And this is according to the best fit model. So this is best fit model. Okay. Best fit model, you can say according to the law, there will be some fixed equation. And this is what we have got. Okay. Observed value. We have observed. So now you have to calculate the SSC. So basically, what did I say? You calculate the error, you square it, and do the mean, like not do the mean, do the summation. And in the mean square error, you just do the mean of that. Just divide it with the number of terms that you are checking. Okay, so here you just have to do the summation of all the error. Okay, so what will you do? So you have to calculate the error. So what is the error for the first case? 5 minus 4 ka whole square, right? Plus 6 minus 0, 6 ka whole square. Plus 9 minus 10 ka whole square. Plus 18 minus 20 ka whole square. And do the summation. So you'll be getting 1 ka whole square plus 0 ka whole square plus 1 ka whole square plus 2 ka whole square. So you're getting what? 6.
Sir, general formula.
So we do the variance here. We do not even take the square root of the variance, right? We just stop here, is it?
Yeah, we just stop it here. We just calculate the sum. So we are not doing anything, any mean weight, like anything else we are not doing.
Like we don't do the square root of this RMSC. Like why is that? Like what's the use case of this?
What we are not doing the R square.
We are not doing RMS. Like this is like we don't do the square root of this. Like we just stop here.
No, yeah, we are not doing square root of that also.
This is just the variance, right?
That
yeah, this is just the variance. Yeah, this is just the variance.
Yeah, why do we stop here? Like why
it's
are we,
not
like,
that
what's
it's
the use
like
case?
whoever has made the course, you just took it SSC because
Okay,
you'll be reading all the other things in the upcoming courses. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay, I thought there's a use case for this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
General formula.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You're asking something, anyone?
Hello.
Sir, general formula.
General formula.
So okay.
The formula I told you, right? You calculate the error, do the square, and do the summation for all the data points. Okay.
You will be given.
So there will be always error between the values, like what we calculated and what we
in most
the
of the
best
cases, it
one.
will be always be there because even you build any model, there will be some error for sure.
Sir,
It
one
can
question,
be,
sir.
like 2 models can be exactly same. Otherwise, it will be same.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Please repeat
This
the question.
SSC, this is one of the tools that you then basically help us to build a model. Okay. So basically, whenever you calculate the error, that error will only help us to build a good model. Okay. If you just have to minimize the model. So optimization. So there is a term that optimization problem that you use in the ML algorithm whenever you build a model. Okay. This can work as a tool. Okay. Tool like this is not the exact word that I like the squared error because that I don't know what the like this can be used. A squared error can also be used as a tool to build a model. Like you just have to minimize the optimization error and then get the value of your or the required model. Okay. Yeah, you were asking something.
Sir, suppose
Yes.
line. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Suppose the line y is equal to 2x plus k. Base fish the line using to my data SSC according.
What is this?
Same
Y equals to
y equal to 2x plus k.
2x plus k.
And data x is equal to data sir x 1 2 minus 1 0
X equals to
1
2
2 minus 1 0
minus 0.
y is
What is the
equal to
observed value? What are the value that you have got?
y 2 3
2
2
3
3 minus 3 or minus 1.
So what's the point? You just
Some
calculate the
k,
value, right?
yeah, k
Calculate the value
belongs,
from the model and then
excuse me sir, k belongs to real number. Find the value of 20k.
find the value of
20k. K belongs to real numbers and find the value of 20k.
okay,
SSC
you
regarding.
calculate the value, right? Calculate. I guess you should be needing some more information. Okay, but you can try it.
Sir, 24k sir.
Yeah, 24k. You just calculate
Yes.
the value, right? What is the value you'll be getting? Just put the value of x here. You'll be getting k plus 2, right?
Yes,
So here, if you are putting the value here, x equals to 2 here, you'll be getting 4 plus
K
k,
plus
correct?
2.
If you are putting here minus, then it will be k minus 2, and here it will be k, correct? And if you are doing it, you'll be getting something k plus 2 ka whole is k, then this is k square plus 4 plus k minus 3 ka whole square plus k minus 2 minus plus 3 ka whole square, and then you have k ka whole square. If you are getting something, you'll be having something k square plus k square plus 1 minus 2k plus here also k square plus 1 plus 2k plus k square. You'll be getting something like 1 2 3 4 4k square, and then you have this equation will get cut. You have left with what? Plus 1 equals to 0. Maybe the error, calculation error I would have done, but you can proceed like this, okay? And then you
plus 2 now.
Plus 2. Then also you're getting k as some negative value. I guess I have done some mistake, calculation error I have done. You can check it once more. Just put it value of x equals to 1. If you are putting x equals to 1, what is the value? You'll be getting k plus 2, right? Correct? If you're putting
Yes, sir.
2, and then you'll be getting 4 plus k. If you're putting minus 2 minus 1, then k
There is
minus,
mistake in squaring.
and then you have 0. Then if you're putting k, okay, fine. Then you will do the subtraction of the error will be k square, and then you have how much error? 4 plus k minus 3 is there, and then k minus 2, and then minus minus plus, correct? And then okay, sorry, here I have done the mistake. K plus 2 ka whole square should be there, correct? K plus 1 plus 2k should be there. Now you are left with what? Here also you are left with k. Okay, so this is also k plus 1 ka whole square. So this will be plus 1 plus 2k. Here also it is k plus 1 ka whole square. This is correct. So now we are left with what? 4k square. So this is done, this is done, this is done, and this is done. Now you are left with what? 1, 1, 1, 2, and 3. So this is plus 3. And now you're left with 2k, 4k, 6k, plus 6k. Solve this equation, get the value of k here, and then you can get the value of 4k square plus 6k plus 3 equals to 0. So what's the value of k you are getting? Minus 6 plus minus b square is 36 minus 4ac. Just put the value of 4 and 3.
For this to follow, it must be a perfect model that we don't have any error.
Yeah, and then you are left with 2a. What is the value you are getting? Minus 6 upon what? This is 0. Oh, sorry. You are getting some negative value here.
Yes.
Maybe this is error or what? From where you are getting this question?
Question same, sir, but answer minus 18.
No, from where you got the questions?
Suppose the line y equal to 2x plus k,
I'm
then the
just
base
asking
fit
from where you
SSC
got the
according.
question. Because the
Question
value
book.
of k you're not getting, exact value you're not in. How can you calculate for 24k?
Qualified exam of the May term
Yes,
2023.
sir.
What?
Actually, sir, Google available for this question. Qualifier question, sir. I have
Yes,
searched
sir.
and the first question regarding for this
Maybe you would have the correct thing
was
you
very
told, right? Because
I think
two
so.
times
There is a
try but
wrong in
not correct
question.
answer, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
think some error
error I would have done, but
solving.
the question I think so we have been asked.
Questions correct, sir.
In my
So I
term
think
qualifier,
some
I was
calculation
also not
error.
able to do this question, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
In my term in qualified exam, I was not able to do this question.
Yes, sir. Actually, search
This
the Google first.
please be quiet. I'm just telling you something. Maybe I would have done some error, but this question is not that difficult at all. You just have to calculate the value of k. If the error, you can just check it. Where did I do the error? And then you can calculate.
Yes,
Because
sir.
here, I've done the error, then only I can get the value of this as some unreal number. This is like complex number I'm getting, right?
Yes, sir.
Just you can check it, okay? The procedure is like same. You just calculate the k and then calculate the error, do it square, and then check the value. You will be able to solve this, get the value of k, and then put it there.
But not correct, sir. Answer.
Huh? What?
Two times try, but not correct answer, sir. Actually, answer regarding -18, but
Yeah, after there must be k plus 1 square
Where?
in the first step where we are writing the square terms in the brackets k in the last term k plus 1.
So the final SSC
Right,
equation I'm
right.
getting as 4k square plus 6k plus 3.
Yes, right answer, sir. -18.
Sir, we can take f dash and then we can find k value, right? I'm getting -3/4.
F dash? Why will I calculate f dash for this?
So because we'll have to find the minimum value, then only we'll get k.
He
No?
didn't told anything about minimum max. He just told that.
So because only in that way I'm
Hey, what
getting
is
the
the
value
exact
of.
question?
sir,
What is
sir,
the
condition, sir. K belongs to real number, sir.
Sir, after what to say, taking the f dash, then only we are getting the k value, and then with that value we are able to get the other.
No. See, he didn't told that we have to take the value of k as minimum. Otherwise, we would have done the f dash and then calculate equated to 0 to get
So
the
they
value
have
of k.
given the particular line y is equal to 2x plus k is the best fit. So for the best fit, the SSE should be minimum. So for minimum, we should take f dash is equal to 0.
Then you
right?
can do it like directly. You can put it at xk plus 6 equals to 0 and then get the value of
Yes, sir. They
minus
have
3
given
upon
it is
k.
the best fit. So we have to take the derivative and equate it to 0, right?
Correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So here, I think that the y, that is 2, 3, -3, and -1. This data points. So we have to minus from y minus y minus
Anything, whatever
the
you
best
do,
fit line.
because like we are doing the square, right? So in any cases, you'll be getting the same value.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like 2 minus 5 or 5 minus 2 because we are doing the
That is-
squared in the
so,
end.
but this is in the variable form, no? Okay. So
So
Not
k is in
sure.
variable form. That how is it is going to make a difference?
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
See, even though you are taking anything like k plus 2 minus 2 ka whole square, or you take it like this 2 minus k plus 2 ka whole square. This 2 will get cancelled, okay? And this minus k ka whole square or k ka whole square will be getting the same, right?
Okay.
Got it, right? If you are doing so, whatever he has told, you can do it like this. If this is given like this, the best fit line that you have to, whatever the, from the model that was like y equals to 2x plus k. So you can do it like this. Whatever the function it is, and then, so why we had to, so see, And this also you have not read this. Then again you will be like, I didn't know the method. Like f dash you can calculate. So basically you have a quality equation, right? In the third week, I guess the quality equation is there, and then you have to calculate the minimum value. Okay, so how will you do that? You can just create, like you can calculate the slope, and you can see that in the upcoming week you will be going through the quality equation. From there you can calculate that equation, like the value of k, where it is getting minimized. Okay, so you can just do the f dash x, calculate it, equate it to 0. There is a formula also, b I guess by 2a or something. From there also you can calculate.
I didn't get how 8k plus x
Okay, so
plus
you don't
6
have to
came.
get this. Yeah, so this question you don't have to get. Maybe on the next week when the quality equation will be taught, then only you will be able to solve this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Can
you,
you please go up, sir? Just a
Sir,
little bit.
actually, I have one doubt whether it is a
See,
standard.
this you can solve it. You can just think how to solve this, because see, you have got the quality equation, then you have to minimize this.
Okay, sir. I have tried, and next session will be the discuss.
No,
Sir,
no. Next
actually,
question
we
is
have
like
one basic
if you know the
question.
quality equation, you can solve. Okay, but the person who is asking, I guess you're not aware of the quality equation. You'll be reading the next week. Then only you'll be able to. If you are already done that qualifier exam and then you're asking, that means you're already studied that quality equation, right? And you can't ask, like you can ask this type. See, if you are read about those concepts, that only you should be asking. Otherwise, it's like a waste of time, right? If somebody is like only you are knowing about the quality equation and then you are asking, it's like a waste of time for the other people. You should be asking this type of problem when the quality equation is not, right?
Sir, I have doubt about only the sum of error square like that. The thing which is given as a standard formula, or why we are squaring the error? Is there any reason behind?
See, there are 3-4 methods that you use, okay, in building a model. The first one is SSC, okay.
Okay.
And here you do the sum square error. We are not doing square. See, what happens now? Whenever you are building a model, okay, like for example, you have a data, just the out of conflict, like out of context. It's not necessary for the ML. This maths alone. What happens whenever you have a data points? Okay, so basically you just need a best fit line that passes through, or that where the distance should be minimum, or you can say that the error is minimum. Okay, so what you will do whenever you are building a model, you just take some type of concept that you use, that you basically, if you have to build, like if you have a data set something like this, all the data set are here, and if you have to best fit a line, like you have to get a line that should be best fitting this all data points. So you can't take this straight line, right? Can you take this line? You should be taking something that must be like, if you have to choose it from L1 and L2, you must be choosing L1, right? And how did you choose that? Like from just by seeing, how did you make it like L1 should be the best one from L1 and L2? Because if you'll calculate the distance from all this data points, you should be knowing that here I'll be getting a minimum error. Like whenever I have to predict the data point, I got a X data points, whatever the Y it will be predicted by the L1, here I'll be getting some Y here nearby to all the data points, right? That means what, I'm getting a minimum error, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. But if
I'm asking why we are squaring that. The minimum error, the difference between gives itself is an error, right?
What happens sometimes now, this is the one reason, not the all. Whenever you calculate the exact distance now, so sometimes what happens, we are basically, by doing the square, we are just penaltying that value. So if I'm taking this, let's for example, here it is a data points, okay, and this data points like something, I'm just taking a value, the distance. Okay. So it can be -2 and sometimes it can be +2.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever like we are not, if I'm doing the square of this thing, okay, I'm not, I guess.
I think the answer for this could be the underfitting model
If
and
you
the
add plus and
overfitting
minus,
model.
it will go away.
But this like, it's like this.
If you add a -2 and +2, it will go away. That's why you need to square it, because negative also it will do the absolute value.
Yes,
and
that is
cancel out all the errors.
Correct.
And for +2, it would be an overfitting model. So you have, your model should be a perfect one, neither to be a underfitting nor to be a overfitting model.
Overfitting.
So for that, we need to do it a square.
And also square means distance. Actually, this is actually distances. These are all distances. That's what it is.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So there's a question in activity 11 where we have given 2 points, 3 and 4. And it is perpendicular to 3x plus 4y minus 8. And we have to find the equation. I tried it solving, but I am getting 4x minus 3y. But there is no, that's not even in the option. Can you
What is that line? If you have been given a straight line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is that straight line?
The points are 3 and 4.
3, 4.
Yes, and it is perpendicular to the line 3x plus 4y.
Okay, it's passing through 3, 4.
Yes, sir.
And is perpendicular to some different straight line.
Yes, sir. That is 3x plus 4y minus 8.
3x plus 4y minus 8.
Minus 8. And we need to find the equation. So I tried solving it, but I'm not getting
Okay, so what is the slope of this straight line?
I think minus 3 by 4. Minus
3 by 4. So what should be the slope of this straight line?
Slope of
Into x equals to minus 1, right? We'll be getting what? Into m.
4 by 3.
M is equal to 4 upon 3. So the
Yes,
slope
sir.
of this straight line should be 4
Minus
upon 3.
Yes,
and
sir.
that passes through 3, 4.
Yes, sir.
So y minus 4
Y-
equals to 4 upon 3. X minus 3. This should be the straight line equation.
Okay. Yes, sir. You correct.
Got it, right?
Yes, I've solved. Yes. Can you please continue?
Yeah, this is your answer, right?
This is the answer, but that is not in the option. The answer, it is showing it 8x minus, 1 second, I need to go there. After
8x.
we need to solve it further, correct?
You don't have to do it. Like, just calculate the slope from here and just take the slope of this line, because both will be perpendicular to each other. So you can calculate the slope of this line. And then it passes through this line like that.
No, the 4 options have been given, no? So we have to select one out of them, no?
Okay, so the answer should be in the form of something 3y minus 12 equals to 4x minus 12. Okay, this should be something like 4x minus 3y.
The answer should be 8x minus 6y is equal to 0 according to the
Multiply by 2. I think
We
multiply
do
by
get by multiplying 2, right?
So
Correct
multiply,
only.
divide, like
They
whatever
just
you can
multiply
do,
by
like-
2.
Multiply by 2 whole equation, sir.
Yeah.
That's
So
all.
why
Actually.
is
That's the
cancelled?
same equation.
It's a question passing to them.
I'm getting 4x
I
minus
solved
3y. My answer is getting solved there, but
Yeah, you are getting this one, right?
yes, I'm getting 4x minus 3y.
This is correct. And the options, what are the options? 8x?
8x minus 6y should be the answer.
It's like same, right? Both are same.
Oh,
If
they
you have been given,
by 2.
what is the slope? What is the slope of this equation?
Slope is minus 3 by 4. 4 by 3.
Minus 3. Okay, 3 upon y upon 4x. So this is basically 4 by 3. What is the equation, the slope of this equation?
4 by 3.
4 by 3, right? Both are same, right?
Reduced it,
It's
yeah.
passing through 0, 0 and the slope is 4 by 3.
Fine. Thanks a
So
lot.
whenever there is doesn't matter to can be multiplied with 4, 5, any number it can be multiplied. You
That
can give,
option can be
yeah,
selected.
both are same.
But we have to say, yeah, okay. Fine, understood, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sir, is the syllabus over or
Very
now it's doubt clearing? Is the syllabus all covered?
I have a question, sir.
That's all done. SSC is clear now. So you'll be reading about this all stuffs in upcoming courses and all. So this is that's an idea that gave you to calculate the
So
error.
from
square
SSC,
and
sir,
all.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
So if the best fit line is not given and the observed values of x and y are given, then how we are going to find the best fit line and the SSC also?
From the questions only we can get an idea. If you have a questions.
So I have a question. So not in activity 2.13. Question number 2. It is.
Sir,
it
excuse me,
is
sir.
given that the
Gradient assignment, sir, question.
No, it is not in graded assignment. It is in activity 2.13.
Graded, so I can't
Question number
solve it now,
2.
but okay, I'll just start seeing where is this.
Sir, activity 2.13.
1 second.
Sir, I am also having doubt in activity 2.5 question number 4, sir.
Yeah, we'll start taking the doubts
I
now.
also have doubts.
Yeah, also, sir.
We can leave, sir.
Okay, so 2 point which one you are asking? 2 point?
2.13. Yeah, so question number 2, sir.
Okay, yeah, so this though you manually have to calculate for all the 4 options and then get the, so this like you can't do
We have to check for all
and
the.
yeah, hit and trial. This is you have to hit and trial.
Okay.
Yes, I solved this question.
Lowest the
So the
SSE,
option it is
best fit
given
the line
already
is.
SSE is minimum for this 40. So
Subsequently
if the
check
error is
only.
minimum, then it will be the answer.
Yes, sir. Check
The
for
best fit is like basically it's like the minimum error only. So in the modeling also, whenever you do build a model, like wherever you are getting a minimum error, you generally take that as a one of the best model, right? There's nothing best called, there's nothing best, but you better models you just choose it whenever you have a minimum error, right?
Like I said, this in this question, if SSC is 40, like it is given in the second option, so I can directly choose that option, or I have to
It's
check for
already
all.
written. If you have a minimum, and this should be satisfying that y equals to x, from y equals to x, you should be getting SSC as 40, right?
Yes, sir.
So first you should be checking with 40 and then 143, and then if this is not satisfying, y equals to x, you are not getting error as 40, then you should be going with the 2x. Okay, if this satisfying 2x, then
Fine.
first you should be satisfying that equation, right? Otherwise, it's not like not at all the equation.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any other problem for any like
I have a doubt in activity 2.5.
So we'll start with 2.1. Okay. If you have any doubt in 2.1, just let
No.
me know.
Sir, I have in
Not come
1.3.
back. Okay. Because I don't have much time now. We are just done. So we'll start with 2.1. If you have any doubt in 2.1, you can ask me. You don't have, right? Can I move to the 2.2?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, if you have any qualifier question, anything, you can just mail me about that. Okay. Because the qualifier questions and all will include some of the other concepts also from week 3, 4. Okay.
What's your mailing ID, sir?
Yes, sir. Mail ID, sir.
Vishal@study.iitm.ac.in. Yeah, so somebody last time mailed me about the courses. I already forwarded. I guess you got the reply from the team also.
So can you just please write your email ID on the screen once?
I'll just write it here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I have some questions in tutorial maths. The tutorial lectures, the maths were done there.
See, there will be more sessions from tomorrow onwards. The TA session will be there. You can ask the tutorial concept there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3 assignments or 4 assignments?
Assignments you'll have a 4, right? You'll have a for each week. But I don't know whether how many of that will be counted, but you should be submitting all the 4.
4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt from week 1, sir.
Week 1 will you can ask in the TA session. Maybe it will happen tomorrow. Okay.
Sir, I have a question in practice assignment week 2.
Okay. So week 2, 2.2 is done. Nobody has any doubt in this, right? Can I move to the 2.3?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
I have doubt in
Activity
question
4.
number.
4.
Question of 4, huh?
No, activity 4.
Yeah, 2.4. Anybody is having doubt? 2.2. Anybody is having any doubt in this?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, right? I'll move to the 2.4 directly. I move. Okay.
2.4 question number 2.
Yes, sir. Question number 2.
Question number 2. Okay. What is that?
2.4.
The ratio and the origin cuts.
That's not this one.
Question. I think it's activity
That's little
2.4.
confused.
2.4. Okay, 2.4 it will.
On up of the screen 2.3.
Sir? Hello?
Okay. Which question? Second.
Yes, sir.
The area of a triangle. So okay. So area of a triangle formed by the midpoint. Okay. So you just calculate the midpoint of each point, right? And then calculate the area. What's the issue
Yes,
in
sir.
this?
Yes, sir.
So you have okay. Let's see. There's not much to do in this. You just have okay.
Midpoint of these all point and calculate the
So
area.
you just take, you
Okay,
have
thank
3 points, right? You have this point, you have this. So you calculate the midpoint. How will you calculate the midpoint? X1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2.
Yes.
Similarly, you can do it for this also, do it for this. And then you have this, right? Calculate the area. Use the same formula.
Yes, sir.
Area of triangle. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
There won't be much issue.
2.5 question number 4.
Sir, 2.5 question number 4, I have doubts, sir.
2.5. Okay, question
Same
number
doubt.
4.
Yes, sir. I am also doubting
Through which of
2.5
the
question number
following
4.
two lines the slope 0 passes?
I thought the first one and the third option was correct because y is equal
All
to
the
0.
options are correct because there is nothing given, right? Through which of the following point do line of slope 0 passes? Okay, there can be any line that passes through 0, right? Any of the data points will pass. See how? There is no condition been given, right? So if you have been given, you've been asked, this line will pass. Okay, you can say this line can pass because this can be the straight line, right? That passes through this line and parallel to x-axis. Is this line can this point can pass? Yeah, this can also pass. So any point can pass.
But we cannot consider this as an horizontal edge itself,
Written, right? It's just written what has been given here. It's just given that through which of the following points do line of slope 0 passes. Just that the slope should be 0. So the any parallel lines parallel to x-axis, any parallel line that is parallel, any line that is parallel to x-axis can pass through 0, 0, minus 100. Any can pass through any point. If even there's given 100 points, it will pass through all the 100. Okay, it's
So
not
you
given
mean to
like.
say, sorry.
Got it right?
Yes, sir. So you mean to say that there are certain number of points on the line which are parallel to the x-axis, so the slope will be 0.
Even though this was given through which of the data points do lines of slope 90 degree passes, then also it will have passes through each of the point, right? Correct? Just should be passed parallel to y-axis.
Actually, it's infinity lines. So everything it will come.
Yeah, it's not no constant, no condition is been applied. It's that the condition is what? It should have the slope 0. So any line which passes through, any line that is parallel to x-axis can pass through any of the point. Okay, is it clear now?
Yeah, so sir, I have doubt in activity 2.6 question number 6.
Okay, is it this is clear or should I repeat it?
Actually, I think we have to assume that these things should be parallel or something. One of the lines should be also parallel, like that.
No, there's no condition been given, right? What has been written here? Which of the following point do lines of slope 0 passes? Line of slope 0 means what? It should be passing through, it should be parallel to what? If a line has a slope, that
It
is
means
what?
to say one of the line having this, that is means to say one of the line having the slope 0 also passes through this line.
I can't hear you now, but
Sir,
just
I didn't get sir, you mean to say that there are certain infinite points for a line which it passes like to the which is parallel to the x-axis.
If I'm just asking you whether 5,2 will pass through a line that passes through. See, if I'm just asking you, this is a point 5,4. Can this point passes through a line that is parallel to x-axis? Can this point passes through a line that is parallel to x-axis or not?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes?
sir.
Yes.
Correct? Can this point 3,4 passes through a line that is parallel to x-axis or not?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Correct? This can be a
Yes, sir.
straight
Got
line.
it.
So this is what it's saying, right? What is the question
Yes,
here? It's just the question through which of the points do the line
This is also
slope
parallel
0
to
passes?
x-axis.
At least if one line passes that is having slope 0, we can choose that point.
Yeah.
And sir, if it was 90, like slope 90 pass, then
Then also it passes through every point, right? See, if I have a data point this 5, 0, can it pass through a straight line that is parallel to y-axis? This can be a straight line, right? Correct?
See, there are infinity lines.
Yeah, there can be infinity, right? It
It's
can pass
infinity
through
line.
all the data points, right?
It covers the whole area.
Correct.
So we have to consider all the possible slopes, sir. And then if the slope 0 passes, we can say yes. Like
When the slope was something else, can this line passes through 5, 4? It can pass through a straight line this also, right? It can
yeah,
pass.
yeah, yeah. I thought
Even the
that like
slope
that
was
only.
different also, it would have passed it through 5, 4 because there is nothing else been given, right? If this
Okay,
was
okay.
correct. Is this clear? Can you move to the next part? Like anything else from so
Yes,
2.6?
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, please.
2.6, right? Which question you're talking?
Question
2.6?
number 6. Question number
Question
6.
number?
6.
Okay, question number 6. What is the question? So you have to calculate if the two lines L1, L2 with slope M1, M2 with inclination alpha 1, alpha 2 respectively intersect each other at an acute angle and obtuse angle. Then so there is a basic formula, right, to calculate that.
So how we will calculate? Actually,
This is already
there's a
explained in the
formula given in
lectures.
yes, a lecture.
Yes, you already know about the formula, right? This is the formula that you know. So what's the point in this? Like, what's the point in asking this question?
actually, I'm not getting point like here A1 and
See, if you
A2.
have an obtuse angle, you basically write something like M1 minus M2. And if you like, so the basic formula here is what? I didn't tell about the formula for the acute and obtuse angle.
Actually, I don't remember.
Okay.
Because theta given, you
So
can find
everything is
also.
given like L1, L2, M1, slope M2, and alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1. That means M2 will be greater than M2. So here it should be M2 minus M1, it should be there. If it was M2 minus M1, then it should be equal, right? Because M2, see, if you have if it is making alpha 2 is greater than alpha 1 means what? M2 should, which one will be greater? M1 or M2?
M2.
Correct? M2 will be greater,
Okay.
right? So it should be
Then
something
next.
like M2 minus M1 upon M1 1 plus M1 M2 for the acute angle. Okay.
Okay.
And for the obtuse angle, it will be negative of that. Minus of M2 minus M1. So this is correct.
I think he should follow all lectures.
What this is?
Sir, this is already explained in the lectures very well.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So it's like for the obtuse angle, it should be the negative of that one, the earlier one. Okay. It's nothing difficult here.
So if it was like theta is equal to 10 alpha minus 10 alpha 2 and is equal to M1 minus M2,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it will be correct.
Correct. But here it is tan alpha 2, right? It should be M2 minus M1, right?
I got that point, but I'm thinking if it was 10 alpha 1 minus 10 alpha 2, then it would have been correct.
What tan alpha 1 minus?
Then it would have been tan phi, not tan theta.
Okay.
Should I write the formula? Both the formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See. You have a straight line, something like this. Okay. And then you have two straight line. One straight line is making some angle, alpha 2. And one straight line that is making some alpha 1. Okay. So the angle between the acute angle will be this theta. The obtuse angle will be this some phi. Correct?
Yeah.
Clear now? So L1, this is, let's for example, this is L1 is, and this is L2.
Right.
Okay, so L1 is having an inclination of alpha 1 and L2 is having an inclination of alpha 2. Correct? Now you have to calculate. So you already aware of this. Alpha 1 is greater than alpha 2. Correct? Now you have to calculate what? You have to calculate the tan theta, right? Tan of this theta. Tan of this theta is what? We'll be getting some acute angle, correct? Or not? So this will be M2 minus M1 upon 1 plus M2 M1. And the same will be, if you have to calculate the obtuse angle, will be same as M1 minus M2. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have no doubt in this.
Okay, can we move to the next part?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Whoever is asking, is it's clear, right?
I think some practice we need.
Yeah, next one.
2.7, sir. 2.7.
2.7.
Question number 4.
What is this question? This is simple, right? The equation of a line passing through the origin and minus 3, minus 1, minus
The
3.
point of the line satisfy that.
Yes,
I
sir.
am
This is
also
simple,
done.
sir.
What?
But my doubt is.
What is your doubt?
So, equation of line passing through the origin. I solve y upon minus 2 plus x upon minus 2 is equal to 1. Y is not correct answer.
What? Which one is not correct?
Y plus y is equal to minus 2x
What's the
minus.
issue in this? Line should be passing through. So what's the should be the slope 3 upon 1? In which of the question the slope is 3 upon 1? So the only one option is correct, right? Here the slope is minus 3. Here the slope is minus 1 upon 3. Here it is like it's not passing through 0.
Okay,
The
sir.
value of x and y in equation also satisfy. So this
What?
is the correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. I think some next question.
So if when a line passes through the origin, then intercept will always be 0. Like C
Correct.
will always. Okay.
It will always be 0.
Move to the next.
Question number? Now which question?
Question number 6.
Which of the following are correct with respect to a vertical line? What is the vertical line that should be parallel to?
Points lying on a vertical line
What is
are the
vertical
form
line?
of a vertical line.
It's parallel to y-axis or x-axis?
Parallel to y-axis, yeah.
Yeah, parallel to y-axis, correct?
Yeah.
So it will pass through 0, 0 or not?
Yeah, it will pass from 0, 0, but second option, point lying on a vertical line are of the form of a comma y. What does mean? I don't get it.
Okay. So any vertical line, just take this as a vertical line.
Yeah.
This is a vertical line, correct?
Okay.
Any vertical line. That means what? Here, what should be the constant value? If this is a line that is parallel to y-axis, there can be a
Yeah,
line, vertical line like this also, right? So here the
okay.
y is varying. Y can be
Yeah,
y.
y can be vary. Yeah,
So
but
it should be like,
x.
see, if you have a straight line like this is a straight line, okay? So
Okay.
here the x will be fixed, correct? X will be always be same, right? For this straight line, I am taking this as a point. So here the x will be fixed, right? So let's, for example, this is 5 comma some y1, correct?
Yeah.
Here this point will be what? 5 comma y2. This
Okay.
will be what? 5 comma y3. So here the x is fixed. So x can be some fixed value, right? A. Y
Okay,
can
okay.
be different, right? Y can be a variable. So a y, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a is a
got it.
fixed value. Y can vary. So this is fixed, some constant, and this is variable.
Got it.
Got it, right? Anything else from this week?
Seventh question, sir.
The practice assignment, question number 19.
Okay. So practice assignment I'll not be discussing today. We'll discuss it later. Okay.
I have doubt in activity.
Not next week. Next session. I guess it's on the day after tomorrow.
So can I ask questions in TA session or practice
Yeah,
assignment?
TA session also you can ask. I guess I don't know whether it's like week. Yeah, you can ask. We'll start for the week 2 itself. Yeah, you can ask there also.
Sure, sir, sure.
Or if you have if you're not able to understand or any issue, you can ask me on the Saturday session. Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, okay, so.
Can I ask a question from activity 2.3? It's a like minor question.
2.3.
Yes, sir. I got the answer, but I get confused between 2 and 3 question. Like I got both the answers, sir. But
which one?
Here, sir, in question number, in the question number second, the answer says that origin do not lie on the line segment, but then it says that if the origin cuts the line segment.
Okay, the ratio in which the origin cuts the line. Yeah, it doesn't pass. I guess it doesn't cut. It doesn't pass through. So if you have a straight line, it must not be lying on the. If it
I'm
is
not
just,
able to hear you, sir. I'm not. Yes, sir.
see, this origin is not lying on the straight line. If you just build. Hey, please mute. Who is this?
Harsh, mute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, if you will just calculate the equation of a straight line, see that whether origin is lying on this line or not. If this is not lying, how can you get the value of the, if it is not lying on the straight line, how can it divide the straight line? Did you get the idea? See. One second. Wacom is not working. Okay. So if you have a straight line like this, if some point is lying on this line, then only it can divide this straight line, correct? If this line itself is not lying, if origin was here, how can this origin divide this straight line into some m to n? It can't divide, right? That's why the answer is it's not, but must not be lying on the straight line.
Yes.
Did you get the point?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Yeah, it's not lying. That's why the answer of only this is the answer. Otherwise, if it was lying, how can a point lie on a straight line and can't divide a straight line?
Sir, so my question is that origin divides a line segment in the ratio in general, like it can.
See,
just find out the line equation using those
whether
2
this,
points and then
so
put
whatever
0,
he has-
0 if it passes or not. That's all.
Correct.
If it doesn't pass, then actually the point is not there.
Sir, calculate the equation of a straight line and then put the value 0, 0. See that whether 0, 0 is satisfying this equation or not. If this is not satisfying, that means 0, 0 is not lying on this straight line. If this is not lying, how can you divide this straight line? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 2, 8 and whatever the value it is given, calculate the straight line equation. Put the value 0, 0 inside this straight line. See that whether this 0, 0 is satisfying or not. If this is not, then 0, 0 is not lying. If this is not lying, can't divide a straight line. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody from this activity or conceptual wise?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The same activity, but the fourth question.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Fourth one. Hey, there's no fourth question in this. Which activity?
So when will be the
Activity
class will end?
1.2, question 4.
1.2. 1 we are not discussing.
2.2.
2.2.
Sir, graded assignment 1, sir.
Graded assignment I can't discuss.
Okay.
But I can But see, the problem is if I'll open, I have the answers already, so I can't open it also. Which question you are talking? One.
So,
I
sir,
can just give
question
you
for
an
what does
idea,
the
but I'll just stop the screening and then I can give you an idea about that.
No,
The
sir,
fourth
can't
question we
because
are
of the
talking.
graded assignment 1.
the
Which are the
fourth question,
following?
this
D
one
is the
only?
distance.
Sir, practice assignment.
I told you, right? I'll next session we'll be discussing. Just the starting of the week, we have a whole week to discuss, right?
Okay.
So what does the third option mean in this
It's like
question?
all about the doubt only. So you can come up with all your doubts. Okay. Next session is all about the doubts. We won't be discussing summary and all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Class is end, sir.
Class is the last question that I'm taking. Okay. So first question you're talking.
Yes, sir. What does the third point mean?
Third point is just the if a point is on the origin, how will you calculate the distance? Just the under root of x square plus y square, right?
Yes.
How do you calculate the distance? X1 minus x2 ka whole square, right? X2 is 0. So x1 ka whole square plus y1 minus 0 ka whole square. So x1 square plus y square.
Okay, sir, understood.
Clear, right?
Sir,
Yes,
please
sir.
take
Thank you, sir.
activity 8.
Activity
8 oh 7 बोला था ना पहले 8 है activity 8 question number
2.8. Okay.
question number 4.
Which question?
Last question number 4.
Okay. So what's the issue? To y equals 2x plus equation of a straight line.
Y
Having
last
a
option is not correct. Y is equal to minus 2x. X is a intercept form.
Is this in the intercept form? How do you write in the intercept form? Is this form, right?
Y is equal to minus 2x minus 2.
Is it in the form of intercept form?
I think is.
No, right? So you write intercept form y equals to mx plus c, right?
No, x by a plus y by b is equal to 1.
Okay, sorry. Intercept form is y x upon a plus y upon b plus c, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is.
So this is not in that form, right?
I think
Correct.
the y is equal to
If you'll
y
write it like
plus
this, x upon 2, y upon 2, and then x upon 1 plus something like that, then only it will be in the form of that.
I write it y upon minus 2 plus x upon minus 1 is equal to
Just
1.
asking you whether this is in the form of intercept form or not. Is this
Yes,
in the form?
yes.
How?
Y upon minus 2 plus x upon minus 1 is equal
No.
to
Whether it is written in that form or not. So whatever you are seeing on the screen, is this written on that form or not? No, right? You can change it. Okay, that is fine. You can change any point in any form. All the form are same only, right? You can change it in any form, general form, slope intercept form, any form. But whether this question, whatever you are seeing with your eyes on the screen, is it in that form or not? No, right? So that's why it's limited.
Yes, I am so confused. I solved this.
You can solve it. You can just convert that in any form. That is fine. It's just
I
asking
also
whether is this
converted.
or not.
Yes, okay.
So there are certain questions in which trigonometry is used, so we have to revise trigonometry because I am from non maths
Trigonometry,
background.
you'll be getting a basic idea. Like in the equation, if somebody is asking you the question, the hint will be given in the exam. But you should be knowing the basic idea about that. Like what is tan? At least those things you should be knowing. Sin x, cos x.
Yes, sir, I know that thing, but there are like some certain equations, so hint will be given. Like I don't need to revise now.
If there is like some difficult portion that is not been discussed in the lecture, maybe the cortex, differentiation of cortex. So those stuffs will be given in the question itself.
It's a formula based like 1 plus 10 square is equal to sec square. Like this will
Those
be given on.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, is this clear? Is it done now?
Yes.
Can you
Yes, sir.
close this?
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. And if you have a doubt from qualifier and all, you just mail me, right? I'll just give you contact number. You can connect with
Okay,
somebody
sir.
else.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you write your mail ID?
Your mail ID I already wrote, right? I already gave it.
Yeah, in
I'll just
chat
write it
box.
again.
Can you write again?
Yes.
Yeah, so Aman has written.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.